Ephesians 5, verse 23 to 24. Ephesians 5, verse 23 to 24. Does anybody want to read that? Uncle Jabs, do you think you'll be able to read that?
Say Ephesians what?
Ephesians 5, verse 23 to 24.
Ephesians 5, verse 23.
Yes, please.
Okay. 23 says, "For a husband has an authority over his wife, just as Christ has authority over the church, and Christ himself for savior of the church, his body." 24. "And so wives must submit completely to their husband, just as the church submit itself to Christ."
Did you hear that, guys? So let's just walk into this verse bit by bit. So what is the role of the husband here? In Ephesians 5, verse 23 to 24, the husband is to be the head of who? Of the wife. He is to basically have authority over the wife, right? But I want husbands to understand what type of authority must they have. Can you please read verse 25?
25 says, "Husband, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church, and give him his life for it."
So, husbands, you are the head of the family, right? You are the housebound. I think we looked at that yesterday. You are the housebound. You are to oversee, to know what is happening. For example, you are to know all of your children, to nurture your daughters, to nurture your sons, to pray to God to give you a fatherly heart and a fatherly love every day, right? And to support your wife. Yes, you're not always going to be there 24/7, because we learned today that when God created man, Adam first, he gave Adam a job to do. And we learned that after sin, that job was going to be harder for men to even put food on their mouth. They were to work even more harder, right? So we understand that, husband, you have to go to work, but you still have to support your wife. There are many ways to support your wife, and we will be looking at those ways, by the way. For example, I'll just give you a little bit of a spoilish to take away. Maybe you come back from work, right? The children, maybe you have 2 children, 1 child, doesn't matter, 3 children, what have you. Some of them, they are quite young. You see that your wife, she's running around the house. Maybe she's trying to cook, she's trying to pack this, so you are also coming back from work, and one of the children maybe is crying, screaming, and the wife, she's trying to prepare all these things. What are you supposed to do as the husband? Most husbands, they want the children to go away, just watch TV, relax himself. I've been working, and then if the child is crying like that, wife, come and take your children. Most of them, they say that, come and take your children, as if it is not their own children as well, right? As if it is. So as a husband, you see sometimes how you support your wife. You help, you carry the child, you understand, so that the work is easier on the wife. You play with the child. This is just one of the examples, so that it's easier for her. But most husbands, they will just leave the wife like, you know what, I don't even want to be here. Let me go next door neighbor and because there is no noise there. It's quiet, it's peaceful there. All these children making this noise, jumping around. I just want to feel at peace. I want to be at home. I don't want all this. Forgetting that you are the husband. You are to make sure that your home runs smoothly by supporting your wife. How are you, honey? Because you don't know the work she's been doing since you left the house. Taking care of the children alone is a great job, right? Making sure that they survive every day. But if you want them to grow with morals, to grow according to God, you have to lead by example. That's why most boys are useless. They saw their fathers. Most fathers, they don't want to be involved in the family business. They are either out doing whatever. We will look at all that, but not today, my friends, right? So as a husband, you are the head. But the head, when we worship God, saying alone is not enough. We have to do action. So as the head, you are to carry out action. You are to love your wife, just as Christ loved the church. And this scripture, which speaks more about love clearly, is 1 Corinthians chapter 13, right? You are to give your wife love. And what else did Christ do for church? What did he do? He sacrificed for the church. Husbands are forgetting all these things. Seriously. If you are the leader of the home, right? That's what you have to do. All those things you are doing for her, you are not only doing it for her, you are doing it for your future generation. You are doing it for the children. They are watching you. They are looking at you, both boys and girls. That's why some women, like seriously, some girls, they don't mind being abused by their husbands because they saw their moms, how their fathers were treating their moms. You know what is love. We all know love. So sometimes even if a man, he talks to you anyhow, you know that no, this guy does not love my daughter, and she's still there because you treated the mom the same. Again, this subject, we are looking at husbands. Wife, your own turn is coming. We are more focusing on the husbands. So husbands, you are to sacrifice for your wife. How do you sacrifice? I told you this, guys. The best way to love your wife, love her as you love your own body. That's how Christ loved us, to a point of dying for us. The way you love your own body is how you must love her. What if you don't love her? Pray to God to teach you how to love her. Not only should you pray, if you want to love something, it's like, how do you want to love God? Right? My friends, if you want to love God, spend time with God. Just like what you did today. You spend time in the Word, studying the Word of Christ, right? You spend time in prayer. You spend time in the spiritual things. And before you know it, you start to just, the things of the heavenly things, somehow you start to enjoy them. So if you want to love your wife, most men, they just, I don't love her. I don't love her. And you want her to respect you, and you want your home to function, spend time with her. Sometimes smile at what even doesn't make sense, right? Compliment on her. Instead of you thinking, she doesn't look fine like other women. The grass is greener where it is watered. Christ sacrificed to the point of dying for his church. And likewise, my friends, read Ephesians chapter 5, verses 22 to 25. You will learn that as the wife submits to you, you are not to control her, but to love her.